Hi, I'm Shane Pratt, Principal and Superintendent of Rolling Hills Public Charter School in Boise, Idaho. We're a K-8 charter school. Just wanted to reach out and tell people what we're doing in our response to the COVID-19.
Awesome. So what process did you use when making decisions about COVID-19?
You know, a lot of the processes have been coming to us from the State Department or from the governor's office in recommendations. And so we have to gather ourselves together first in organizing a emergency response team. In organizing the emergency response team was a collective group of board members, teachers, my school lunch supervisor, and special education director, my assistant principal, and our other teachers and parents, so that we could make a proper response into the COVID-19 and how rapidly the information was changing, so that we could make the proper decisions using data and using help. Also, calling Central District Health was a critical point for us. Getting information as to determining how severe the situation was and knowing that we were doing the right things. Randy at Central District Health gave me information that validated a lot of what we were doing and justified the opportunity that we needed to close our school physically to prevent the spread of COVID-19 in our community. There were also some decisions that we made early on that just made common sense. We started hand washing 2-3 weeks prior to any cases here in Idaho, but I think the response was necessary because parents were concerned about what they were seeing on the news. And so we started hand washing prior to lunches and continually teaching about hand washing and proper hygiene, even in our PE and health classes. Where Mr. Day was teaching the students about the proper protocols for hygiene and hand washing and how diseases can get spread.
So one of the concerns a lot of schools have are access to computer and internet access. So what are some of the things you guys have done to help with that?
Yeah, we made phone calls specifically and had every teacher contact families at home and asked about accessing computers. And if there was a need for a computer, we have enough Chromebooks at our school that we made sure that every child that needed a Chromebook for their computer, or if they needed access, that we got hotspots for them. So we have, in a sense, in 72 hours, converted our school from a brick and mortar school to a complete virtual online e-learning school with hotspots and checking out Chromebooks to families.
And what about your staff? How have you supported your staff during this time?
It's been really critical that we take care of each other. Supporting the staff is giving them the opportunities to hear everything that is going through their head. I really tried to listen so that they can feel validated, and also I have empowered them to make their decisions on their curriculum. We have our website, rhpcs.org, and the teacher websites that are up and available for the teachers to post their lesson plans and activities that will help engage students. Gave them some guidance also on what should be in there. We only want them to have one lesson a day in reading, one lesson a day in math, one lesson a day in social studies, and the specialists have been contributing to those lesson plans so that they have additional lessons and activities to do. Specials meaning PE, music, computers, and science. We want our kids to continue to learn as best they can during this health crisis. And that's what it is. It's a health crisis, not a education crisis. Also, supporting kids and teachers. They were like, so when do I answer questions? When am I available to kids? And we decided that 8 o'clock in the morning till noon, every school day on our calendar, Our teachers will be available online via email to work with our students and parents so that there is direct communication happening during those times.
And so what about other needs for your students? Because that's another big part of the conversation, are food and emotional support during this time. What's your school doing?
Yeah, Jessica Honeycutt has been phenomenal with getting our meals distributed and prepared for our kids. We have a meal distribution that occurs every day where kids under the age of, under the school age, all the way to age 18, that we're able to supply meals for families in need. Joshua Deese, our school counselor, has been made available. He communicates with students that he was currently and previously working with, and has reached out to the families, just seeing if there's any emotional support or counseling supports that he can give, and he can talk to them over the phone or via the internet or email. It's been a reach out and reach into families' homes that are isolating, and a little less physical here at the school. So that's been a big mind shift for all of us.
So as a principal, what have you done to engage your students during this time?
You know, it's very critical for me to be able to reach into the homes of the families. So at 8 o'clock in the morning during a school day, I decided that I would try to keep the same routines that we do here at school. And so I do a Facebook Live, and you can find that on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Rolling Hills Charter, and that's our Facebook page at 8 o'clock. It's also archived on our website. But the episodes are mainly to inform kids that, hey, the school is good. There are routines that are happening. We need to have a good day. You're going to be learning today, so let's get started. We do the Pledge of Allegiance together. We do our bullying statement together and our school mantra. And then there's a little bit of education or fun or kind of just goofy stuff that we've tried to incorporate into the Facebook Live. But that's one of the ways that we've tried to reach out and reach into the homes of families, because isolation is really a tough situation to go through. Having been there myself, isolated, you know, if somebody's not reaching in, it's always hard to reach out because you don't want to inconvenience somebody. But for us to be able to, as a school family and as a staff, to reach into the homes of our families, we can learn about what's going on in their world. And so we do some interactive sharing through email and through interactive live participation. Also letting students know that there will be no ISATs. The accountability is out for this year. There'll be no IRI. Instead of accountability, it's called flexibility. But we are trying to provide parents and students with resources within their own home so that kids can continue to learn, be engaged, and get rid of the fear that is around COVID-19 and give them some education about it. These are teachable moments. Never in our history of the United States have we had something like this. And so it's a teachable moment opportunity, and we're trying to help take advantage of that to teach kids about what's happening in the world, as well as what they can do to make the world better.
And then do you have any advice or a message for your students?
I guess the main message would be kindness is really what we need to be doing right now. It's really hard during our normal life. We kind of get away from the simple basics. And so I would like to say that kindness is the cure, and that our kids need to be kind to one another, to their parents, show that kindness in many, many different ways. And I'd like them to share their ways that they're being kind with others, and help encourage and spread the contagious disease of kindness. That's really what we are trying to do here at Rolling Hills, is spread kindness around the world.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Pratt.
Thanks.